basically, guys, you have to do it even when you're bad. I know. You have to do it even when you're bad. You have to draw even when you suck. You have to paint even when you suck. You have to sing even when you suck. You have to play guitar even when you suck. I find it like so easy to, I feel like my sister's gonna hear me. She's gonna make fun of me. But yeah, you have to start. You do. And it's okay that it doesn't look like the Pinterest board. And I feel like this is like so surface level and like really like basic advice. And me looking back would have been like, I'm not interested in listening to this. But I also do know that talking things out helps me process. And I went a little while without talking things out with myself or with other people. And I did notice that my ability to express myself had kind of dwindled, and when I say dwindled, like, usually I'm able to talk about myself in like pretty like clear and concise, not necessarily concise, but in clear verbiage that I feel like really gets my point across, like in my vocabulary matches what I'm thinking and feeling. But at the beginning of the summer, I really did not feel that way. I just had like a lot going on this past semester, and I went through a lot of big life changes, and there was a lot less time for me. I wasn't making enough time for me to journal, for me to take care of myself. It was just a lot of like, for me, it's hard because to me that was like a failure moment. I'm trying to not look at things as so black and white nowadays. So it was a time. Yeah, and I don't want to go back to that space, like mentally or emotionally. And you know, like life has ebbs and flows and ups and downs, but yeah, I'm not interested in that being one of my lows anytime soon. But yeah, I worked at a summer camp for like a month. I loved it, but I have a job as an RA, and it's really hard to be able to balance like being in that kind of like caregiver role all year round. And so no longer work there. And at the time I was considering getting an apartment, and I was simply going to need more money to be able to afford my rent. So there were a few different factors. But yeah, you have to, all this goes back to like, you have to do it even when you feel like you suck. Because I think that's one of like the biggest obstacles that I face, is like coming to terms with like things not being perfect the first time I try them, them not living up to like my standard of what I feel is good enough and suitable for me, or stuff. Like I have a really hard time because I focus a lot on what people's image of me is, because I always want people to think of me as like someone who's nice and kind and sweet and loving and always there for them and patient and this, that, and the third. So I focus more on that, but it's, if you look at it from like an altruistic sense, it's not really my intentions aren't pure. Those are not pure intentions, and it hasn't always been that way, and it's not always that way. But recently I've noticed that sometimes the reason that I do things is so that people look at me with like stars in their eyes and they think like, oh, she's so XYZ, she's so, rather than like it giving me fulfillment, or realizing that it's pushing past the point of what I can offer at the time, and that I'm not at a capacity to be like operating at that level, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I want to do things that are in full alignment, like with my heart, you know? So, with that being said, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of like really interesting like video diaries. I've been spending a lot of time exercising, which is really nice and really good for me. I just started, like, I've been reading a lot of sketching books, but not necessarily sketching. I'm sketching again, which is really nice, to see kind of like my style and my skills kind of evolve. I'm mostly excited for this school year. I do think it's gonna be a year where things change a lot for me. And sometimes I honestly struggle with change, but like this summer has taught me a lot, and I'm learning how to hold on to hope, and it's really hard. But you know, like, I feel like that's what my heart says. It's like, hold on to hope, it's all gonna be okay. So I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna try to go really hard this school year. I really want to level up my skills as a designer, and I want to be proud of the work that I put out and of the work that I put in. So it's not only about like, I'm not obsessed with final products as much. It's more so like a process thing, and how dedicated I was. That's gonna be the measure of success to me in terms of my schoolwork from now on, because I'm not too obsessed with final products. I want them to look good, yeah, and like, of course I want to build my portfolio, but right now it's about like exercising my true work ethic, you know, because I think great things can happen when I do that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna try to stay positive and stay hopeful. I'm gonna try to stay consistent too, and I think the biggest thing is just gonna be like that discipline. Like, discipline is such a big thing to me, and it's so important to me. But I don't exercise that often. Sometimes when I use a word that I like, I'll use it like again, like really, really, really close to the last time I used it, because I like it and I like the way it sounds. But yeah, I haven't been practicing like a lot of discipline, which, I mean, at work there was a decent amount, and then it just started to slip away from me. But like at school, I don't think that I've had a school year where I'm like, dang, I was disciplined. But yeah, I get my wisdom teeth removed on Friday. That should be a show. I'm missing some really important people in my life. I'm really grateful for the people that I do have. You know, I'm excited though. I'll take you guys tomorrow. I'll do a vlog of my workout, and that should be a lot of fun. And then maybe I'll vlog my day tomorrow. I'm thinking about going back up to camp, but just to visit. I forgot my charger, so I need to grab that, and a library book. The charger I could have lived without, but the library book needs to be returned. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and if you've been looking for a sign to start or go, or to trust yourself or to trust your gut, this is it. This is your sign. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you guys some sketches, show you what I've been reading. I started to clean up my room. It's just been a really big like growth period for me, and it hurts. It hurts really bad. It is incredibly painful, yeah. But what's more painful is like the grief that I feel thinking about who I could have been. That's more painful for me to hold on to. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I hope you're having a good night or day or morning or whatever. Dude, and if you're watching this, tell me how to fix my pimples. I don't like pimple patches because they give me dark spots. I actually don't mind it that much, but I think I look so darling, like with my braids in, and I like how short they are. I feel really pretty. Yeah, but I'm grateful for you. Remember to breathe. Why? Because, okay, this is the last tangent. The other day, I've been practicing deep breathing a lot more because another one of my goals right now is my own personal like emotional regulation, just because I have like anxiety and sometimes it takes over my brain. Like I'm sobbing, I can't talk, I hyperventilate, and those things are a natural response, but I don't want that to be my response. And we can condition ourselves into having different responses. And I just feel like that kind of like high stress puts my physical body through a lot. Like not only like mentally and like, I don't like being around people when I feel like that, but it also just puts my physical body through a lot. So I'm working on emotional regulation, and I breathe. Typically, my breath is kind of shallow. Like, what I mean when I say that is like, so my breath will go from like here to like here. Like, it's really shallow, and I'm not breathing deeply. But as I practice it more, like I'm focusing on like belly breathing and deep breathing and making sure I feel it like all in, you can't even see them, but like all in my ribs and all throughout my body. So yeah, I encourage you to breathe. It's easy to forget, kind of. Yeah, I hope you're having, I already said that, so I'm just gonna go. Good night.